in this video, I'm going to talk about hookup culture and how I believe that though the world is going so fast, you owe it to yourself to stand true to your values. Oftentimes, we always want celebrities to guide us, like, oh, Cardi B's music is the reason why the youth is going downhill. No, that's giving Cardi B way too much credit. The truth of the matter is we are responsible for our actions. Now let me explain in this essay. As a hopeless romantic, y'all, I have been struggling. Like, I have been really struggling in the dating world. It is hell for me like every other day because we live in this toxic hookup culture where everybody just wants the next big thing. Everybody gets bored really fast. Everybody want to have 10 to 5 to 3 to 6 niggas. Everything is just crazy. Every guy at least has 20 girls on his phone, and it's people do not take the time to actually sit down and get to know each other. And I've always not liked it. I've always hated it. For once in my life, I don't even blame Gen Z for hookup culture because honestly, we live in such a fast society. Everything is fast paced. There are so many changes. Literally next month, we're going to see some crazy thing happen. There's just so many changes. And honestly, it affects us in different aspects of our lives because now when you're dating nowadays, it's like you can't even get one solid relationship. You can't even get one solid friendship without something crazy going on. I'll be honest with you, in college, like that idea and that mentality really changed who I was. I felt like I was pressured almost, not necessarily forced, but pressured to like be fast, even though that wasn't really my personality. And I feel like the dating climate nowadays and hookup culture and everything has made it so that if you don't give it up within like the first 3 weeks of talking, it's like it's a done deal. And it's always been so weird to me how people will like not really know each other that well but be willing to open themselves up sexually. Like that's really confusing to me. And I used to feel like I had to be a certain way. If I didn't give it up, if I didn't do certain things, then the person I was going to talk to was going to run away and I would lose that person. But the truth of the matter is I was going to lose him whether I did that or I did not. You know, Gen Z always wants to break societal norms and always wants to go against traditional values and liberation, and everything is free. And sometimes being a traditionalist and wanting to take things slow is like kind of against the norm. Like it's like you don't feel like you fit in anymore because you aren't doing what everyone is encouraging you to do. And I wanted to use this video to basically say like the fast life in terms of sex is not really all it's caked up to be. And I feel like the current atmosphere and the current dating climate kind of makes people feel like they have to open up or feel like they have to take it to the next level as soon as possible. What happened to waiting? What happened to getting to know somebody? And I feel like it's gotten so bad to the point that people will literally like at this point like pretend. Like people are pretending, people are ghosting, people are like, when you want to try to take it slow or you see things more in a traditional way, all of a sudden you become a slut shamer, you become like you're judging people, and it's like you can't even be traditional nowadays in this dating climate because you're going to be seen as a hater or a slut shamer. But I'll be honest with y'all, like I don't think y'all understand the dangers of too much sexual liberation and how dangerous things can really be. And I feel like I can go on the Western education system for not teaching people sex ed and all these things like that. But at the end of the day, like we are all grown, right? And we're going to do what we're going to do. But I feel like sometimes we have to take a step back and just realize what we're actually doing. Have you ever had like a PP appointment and you coming in and you had a PP appointment and you came back and you felt dirty, you felt sad, you felt like, ooh, when you're taking your bath, you're like, ooh. That is probably an indication that whoever you just did something with, their energy, their vibe, their aura just encompassed your soul. It just snatched your soul. You know, we talk about snatching the soul. That's a real thing. And we make it so commercialized because of music and all these things. We make it seem like that's like something good, but that's actually really scary. Imagine you don't really know somebody, or it's like a one night stand and you just do it something because you're in the mood and you just do it, right? Does that not like, I don't know, like, is that not freaky to you? Because at the end of the day, like, you're, when you have sex with somebody, you create a soul tie, you create a bond with that person. Your bodies are literally together. And I feel like people just don't realize that. Like, when I'm dating and I tell guys I'm not trying to do anything, they look at me as if I'm like crazy, like if I'm like psycho for not wanting to do anything. But it's like, why would I not know you for like longer than 3 weeks? I've only known you for 3 weeks. Why would I let you do something so personal with me? And I can't even blame them, because the girls are telling them that this is good and the girls are telling them that this is the tea. So I look crazy because I want to wait. Sex can be fun and interesting, but it's really not all it is. Like, it's only really good when you truly know the person and you really are in sync with the person you're doing with. Like, you know, I feel like hookup culture doesn't allow people to connect. It doesn't allow us to build bonds. It doesn't allow us to get to know each other. It's a very surface level thing, and it makes us feel like all we are, it makes us feel like all we are is our bodies. It makes us feel like all we are is just what we can bring and what we can do in the bedroom. And it just creates a very shallow world. And I hate that, like, you think like, oh, I just hooked up with him, like it's not that serious. But it is. Because one bad decision could literally lead to like turmoil for the rest of your life. And some of y'all who know, like one bad decision and one bad experience. The interesting thing about all of it all is that your body, and the interesting thing about all of it all is that your body count doesn't even need to be really high for that. It could just be that one person that messes up your whole entire life for you. And I feel like people just don't realize that. And I hate when people use that excuse like, oh, we're young, we're gonna do whatever we're gonna do. Everyone claims that they're like all woke and they're this and they're that, but you out here sleeping with 10 to 15 people all at once. Like, how are you deep and woke if you want to have soul ties with every other person you meet? And I just feel like, for me, as a reformed, I feel like I'm at a point where I'm over it. It's okay to be traditional. Like, you're not going to change that the world is hypersexual. You're not going to change that the dating atmosphere. You can't change that, because literally the world is moving so fast, and that's how people are just going to be like, because we have to adapt to the changes of the world. But I caution you, those of you who are sad because people don't talk to you for long because you don't give it up fast, or you don't do this and that fast. Honestly, it's okay to be a traditionalist, even if the world is not. Okay? Because the way it is, it's like, this is how it's going to be. But that doesn't mean that you can't be true to you. I encourage you to stay true to your values. If you don't want to give it up, don't feel like you got to give it up. Because in my past, I felt like I had to give it up. And you don't have to give nothing up. So don't give it up if you feel like you don't want to do that. Don't let anyone coerce you or make you feel like your worth is in your body. Like, it's not. It's in your heart. It's in your mind. It's in your soul. So I encourage you guys, like, if people are giving you a hard time because you want to wait, or because you don't want to go so fast and you want to move fast, and they don't want to move fast and you want to take it slow, it's all right. It's all good in the hood. It's okay to be a traditionalist. It's okay to not want to do what everybody else is doing and stand in your own truth. If you guys love this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.